In the ever-accelerating whirlwind of modern life, where distractions abound and clarity often seems elusive, the ancient wisdom of Marcus Aurelius offers a sanctuary of serenity and insight. As one of history's most eminent Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius penned reflections that have withstood the test of time, encapsulated in his revered work, Meditations. These writings, rich with profound insights, guide us towards a life of rationality and composure. 7 Lessons on Clear Thinking from the Stoic Wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism Lessons, invites you to immerse yourself in the timeless teachings that promise to transform your cognitive approach. Each lesson is a stepping stone on the path to mental clarity, derived from the deep well of Stoic philosophy. These lessons in Stoicism are not mere theoretical musing. They are practical guidelines that illuminate the way to navigate life's complexities with unwavering calm and rationality. Through these Stoic lessons for life, we explore the essence of Aurelius's philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of clear thinking and sound judgment. By embracing these principles, we learn to detach from the chaos of external events and cultivate a tranquil inner world. Each lesson is a testament to the power of perspective, urging us to see beyond the immediate and embrace a broader, more enlightened view of our existence. Join us on this intellectual journey as we delve into the 7 lessons on clear thinking from the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. These teachings not only enhance our mental acuity but also fortify our spirit, equipping us to face life's challenges with a Stoic grace is both resilient and empowering. Through the lens of Marcus Aurelius, we uncover the art of living wisely and well, a pursuit that is as relevant today as it was in the ancient world. Lesson 1. Learn to control your emotions. Marcus Aurelius advises us, stop allowing your emotions to override what your mind tells you. Stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. Acting out of emotion is often depicted as the stark opposite of acting rationally, and for good reason. Nothing clouds our judgment more than our emotions. Therefore, if you want to think clearly at all times, one of the most crucial skills to master is the ability to control your emotion. According to Marcus Aurelius, the emotion of anger, in particular, does us more harm than good. Contrary to what many people think, controlling your emotions does not mean suppressing them. When you feel intense anger as a result of betrayal, you cannot control this anger by denying its existence to yourself or others, or by pretending you are fine. It will still be there, no matter how deep down you push it. Instead, controlling emotions such as anger, according to the Stoics, is done by redirecting them. So when you next experience anger, ask yourself, what can I do with this anger? Yelling at the person who hurt you might seem tempting, but will it help lessen your hurt or improve your situation? Will it help the person who betrayed you become better? In short, think about what you are tempted to do and then ask yourself if it is helpful. If not, find ways to express your emotions in a helpful manner. Perhaps you can achieve better results by calmly talking with the person who hurt you, explaining your feelings and trying to understand their side. You could also journal, engage in physical exercise, get lost in a video game, or do anything else that might help you let go of your anger afterward. For another example, take anxiety or fear. You cannot simply push it down, but you can redirect it. Instead of letting anxiety paralyze you, use it to challenge yourself to take actions that make you feel anxious and acknowledge its presence. Suppose you are too scared to ask your boss for a raise. Many people see such fear as a reason not to do something, allowing themselves to be stopped by their anxieties. Others might push through it, seeing their anxiety as something that must be suppressed and ignored. But neither approach is ideal. Instead, your fear can be expressed healthily and can even end up being helpful. For instance, this fear makes you think about everything that can go wrong, leading you to consider all the possible questions your boss might ask and all the counter-arguments you might receive. This way, you can prepare for them and plan for each possible scenario. Most importantly, fear provides positive motivation to go through with it, to challenge yourself and grow as a person, to prove to yourself that you can do it. take the step, not despite your fear, but partly because of it. In this scenario, you can be aware of the anxiety throughout and think, how amazing that I'm trying this anyway. When you manage to redirect strong emotions with ease, Lesson 2. Train your perception. Marcus Aurelius famously said, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. One of the greatest lessons in Stoicism is the mastery of our perception. We often judge everything we encounter, every event we experience, and every person we meet. Each is assigned a value judgment. Something is either bad, good, boring, fun, beautiful, ugly, and so forth. This unconscious habit can be exhausting and can negatively impact our lives. Imagine each judgment as a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. A dark stroke can overshadow the entire painting if not used wisely. Often our initial judgments are influenced by our emotions, making them potentially irrational. Moreover, our tendency to judge every moment of our lives goes hand in hand with the habit of speaking in metaphors and hyperboles, which exaggerates the negative impact of events. If your partner leaves you, you might say they broke your heart, instead of acknowledging the fundamental fact that they no longer feel the same way about you. This way of speaking, or rather thinking, shapes how you feel. It's not the actual event that makes you feel bad, but the way you unconsciously choose to think about it. In contrast, Stoics encourage us to be careful in judging everything we encounter and everything we do. One way to be careful is to undo your judgments, which means looking past them to forget your first instinct and to judge something through a more optimistic and rational lens. Thus, practicing not to judge everything based on your first instinct and emotions is the best way to start training your perception of life. Whenever you think about anything in an opinionated way, ask yourself, is this rational? What is my opinion based on? Is there a better or more positive way to interpret this? Marcus Aurelius emphasized that harm only comes if you consider it harmful. This means that any difficult experience you go through will seem harder and worse the more you consider it to be so. You have complete control over how much certain situations affect you. Stoics also encourage seeing every bad thing that happens as an opportunity or source for good, as an exercise of training your perspective in a Stoic way. There is a challenge called turning the obstacle upside down. When you encounter obstacles, it is an opportunity for you to practice patience, become a better teacher, learn how to integrate new people into the company, and handle stressful times. All these skills will be useful later and should help increase profits in the long run. On this subject, Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. Stands in the way becomes the way." In conclusion, instead of judging everything you encounter in an exaggerated sense, take the time to see things as they truly are, and you may find that life is simpler and clearer than you thought. Every situation has both a positive and a negative in. Lesson 3. Practice gratitude. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Be grateful for what you have, accept what you don't have, and understand that to achieve what you want, you must sometimes sacrifice things you already have." Gratitude is a vital part of Stoic philosophy, helping us maintain a calm and clear mind. Core aspect of practicing gratitude is recognizing the value of what we currently have. In modern life, we are often caught up in pursuing new, bigger, and better things. However, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that it is more important to appreciate what we already have. Practicing gratitude helps us focus on the positives, increasing personal satisfaction and happiness. Additionally, gratitude involves accepting what you don't have. Instead of feeling disappointed or envious of things you can't achieve, learn to accept them. Marcus Aurelius teaches that accepting reality doesn't mean giving up on dreams, but understanding that not everything is within our control. Acceptance reduces stress and anxiety, allowing you to focus on what you can control and improve. Finally, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that to achieve what we want, we sometimes need to sacrifice things we already have. This means that to move forward and reach goals, you must accept giving up certain habits, comforts, or even relationships. It is essential to recognize that growth and progress often come with sacrifice. When you are grateful for what you have and ready to accept necessary changes, you will attain a clear and balanced mind. Lesson 4. Develop patience. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not be in a hurry, for time and patience bring the sweetest fruits." Patience is one of the most valued virtues in Stoicism, helping us face challenges and difficulties with calm and reason. In today's fast-paced world, we often crave instant results. However, Marcus Aurelius teaches that patience is key to achieving significant goals. Patience is not just the ability to wait, but the ability to maintain a steady spirit and continuous effort despite difficulties or setbacks. When you encounter obstacles or failures, instead of giving up, remember that every small step contributes to a greater success. Be patient and keep striving. Lesson 5. Distinguish what is within your control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The dichotomy of control is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. For example, the weather, traffic issues, or what people think about you are all outside of your control. How you dress, at what time you leave, and the kind of people you surround yourself with are within your control. Whenever you face a situation that makes you feel a certain way, ask yourself, what can I control? Whatever you can control is a reason to act. Whatever you cannot control, you should learn to accept and embrace without letting it affect you. A crucial part of the dichotomy of control is amor fati, or love of fate. When you embrace life and all the circumstances it brings you, you will always love life. You cannot escape fate or decide circumstances that are out of your control, but you can choose to love your life no matter what. If you find that you are rejected for a job you have wanted for years, you might think there's no redemption in such a situation. However, instead of viewing the fact that you didn't fulfill your ambition purely as a negative, investigate what led to the negative result and use it to make a positive move. Either the reason you didn't get the job was a failure on your part, in which case this is something you can control. You can work on those failings and try again when a similar opportunity appears in the future. Or the reason was an external factor, like nepotism or a personality clash with a member of the hiring staff. This was never in your control, meaning the opportunity never truly existed, and there's no point in getting upset over something that has never existed. One part of accepting fate is distancing yourself from a fixed outcome and from external markers of success. If you want to be a writer, for example, and measure your success by the number of books sold, then you will let your success be controlled by the arbitrary book market of the time. But if you choose to measure your success by how satisfied you are with your finished product or by the amount of work you put into it, then you are in control of your success. So, by all means, make sure to do everything in your power to try and achieve your goals. Never forget that you might not achieve them and accept this possibility in advance. If we occupy ourselves only with what is in our control and vow to accept everything that isn't exactly as it comes, then one will find themselves being calm whatever happens. Lesson 6. Embrace virtue. Quoting Marcus Aurelius, delve deep within yourself, for a wellspring of goodness is ready to gush forth if you persist in your quest. Virtue can be seen as an excellence of character, or, more simply put, morally upright behavior. Such behavior not only benefits you and those around you, but also contributes to the greater good. Stoicism embraces the idea of an interconnected universe where everything and everyone share a link. Consequently, what serves the greater good eventually benefits you as well. Thus, Stoics firmly believed that those most in harmony with reason were the ones who dedicated themselves to the broader welfare. In other words, they practiced virtue. In the Stoic perspective, wisdom is the ability to distinguish between good, bad, neutral, and everything in between. It entails transcending the sway of emotions, allowing reason to govern what is morally just. Confronted with a dilemma, Wisdom empowers you to analyze both options with a clear mind. Next comes justice. Wisdom is the foundation of justice, entailing a commitment to what is right and equitable for both oneself and others. The Stoics regarded it as a duty towards oneself, fellow humans, and society as a whole. Courage, the third virtue, enables action even in the face of personal fear. It propels you to act for the greater good or undertake tasks despite uncertainty about the outcome. Courage doesn't entail the eradication of fear, desire, or anxiety, but rather the conscious decision to proceed, surmounting emotional barriers. Lastly, temperance, also known as moderation, signifies maintaining a balanced path between extremes. It's about exercising self-control, restraint, and discipline. Marcus Aurelius highlighted the human trait of self-regulation, setting us apart from animals. Temperance prioritizes long-term well-being over fleeting gratification. Stoicism categorizes things and actions into goods, evils, and indifferent. Seeking the good, avoiding evil, and embracing indifference, according to personal preference, were guiding principles. Parting from these virtues equated to fostering evil, stealing, disrespecting, recklessness, or abstaining from good. Indifferent actions, such as taking a leisurely stroll, did neither. These principles offer more than just personal betterment. They foster a state of serene composure. Aligning your actions with these virtues ensures you always tread the path of righteousness, guided by reason, thus cultivating a tranquil mind. Lesson 7. Embrace a broader perspective. In his concluding quote, Marcus Aurelius echoes Plato's wisdom. Whenever you want to talk about people, it's best to take a bird's-eye view and see everything all at once. Adopting a wide-angle view is a remarkably vital aspect of achieving mental clarity. In the hustle and bustle of life, we often find ourselves entrenched in the midst of every issue, each challenge feeling as if it carries the weight of the world. Imagine being part of a small crowd. It might appear as if the entire city is suffocating in congestion. Yet shifting your vantage point just a few steps away can reveal an entirely different reality. In essence, when we detach and contemplate the grand tapestry of our world and existence, we realize how minute our personal experiences are and how infinitesimal we are in the vast scheme of things. This shift in perspective unveils the expansive realm beyond our immediate encounter. Often, people overlook the truth that their own encounters and viewpoints aren't the only ones deserving of consideration, even within their own lives. Consider someone who's had an unfavorable experience with dogs. They might find it challenging to fathom that dogs could be cherished companions to others unless they deliberately acknowledge the possibility of diverse experiences. From time to time, it's imperative to step back and inquire, what am I neglecting or failing to grasp? This introspective practice bears multiple benefits. Adopting a panoramic perspective rather than fixating solely on immediate concerns significantly aids in informed decision-making. Broadening your scope isn't only valuable for determining priorities, but also for shaping your opinions to form a comprehensive judgment. It's imperative to consider all facets and possibilities within a given situation. Moreover, stepping back signifies distancing yourself from personal biases and viewpoints. Temporarily relinquishing your desires can offer a fresh vantage point, prompting you to reflect on those around you and your responsibilities towards them. In the intensity of the moment, you might perceive an action like littering as inconsequential. However, when you pause and widen your perspective to encompass the entirety of the world and the potential consequences if everyone were to follow suit, the insignificance of your inclination to litter becomes starkly apparent in contrast to the well-being of the planet. As previously mentioned, the Stoics firmly believed in the interconnectedness of everything in the world, positing that the overall betterment of the world inherently contributes to one's personal well-being. Hence, taking a step back to embrace a global viewpoint rather than solely focusing on your own life holds immense significance. Confronted with a decision, adversity, challenge, or life-altering change, you have the capacity to pose introspective queries. Whether in the heat of the moment or later on, perhaps while strolling outdoors or during a reflective journaling session, an activity that Marcus Aurelius particularly advocated. These questions allow you to delve deeper into your thoughts and actions. What could the long-term effects of choice action be? How could someone else's perspective on this differ from mine? Do I know somebody in a similar situation or with similar goals to mine could help? Does my choice action affect my well-being? Does it affect the well-being of those around me? Are there any choices I have not considered yet? Taking the time to consider all aspects of the world helps yourself in the way that it helps you understand your actions, thoughts, life, and choices more clearly. It helps yourself in the way that it allows you to help the world. When you consider the whole picture, you will always have an overseeing view that leaves you free from unnecessary restraint, bias, or doubt. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out our playlist for more videos that help you find success and happiness using ancient philosophical wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe and, if possible, become a channel member. Thank you so much for watching. Stay with the Creator.